All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Serial Killers, the Movie Podcast. My name's Glenn Spellman,
I'm Carl O'Leary.
and we are coming at you from Orangevale, my new abode, my new spot. And today's podcast is called A Call to Action. And that means many different things, but I will be specific. I am going to be, and I did a post earlier today on why I haven't been so prevalent on the page. And as I put in the post, I am dealing with something that we are literally writing. What I'm telling you is things are coming to pass. It's an unfortunate thing. I won't get into it too much. Here in the next couple of days, I will. But it is something.
You could even include this experience into one of the serial killers episodes.
Yeah, I could absolutely.
It's crazy.
100%. It is
practically
crazy.
writing itself.
It is. It is not a good situation, and the only thing that I will tell you is it deals with a child. So, and my child to be specific, but I will get into that a bit later. This is a call to action. As you know, we are in pre-production of the first episode, Serial Killers, the Beginning. And with any film, you need some sort of budget. Some sort of budget for something, you know. Unfortunately, this is a low-budget film, so initially, not everybody is, and I obviously want everyone to get paid. That's the whole reason why I did these crowdfunding campaigns. I started off with Indiegogo, which is a bust. I'm getting so many spam emails telling people, they want me to buy their service to help promote, and it is a 100% scam. I have a folder called Scammers. I have over 150 emails from these types of scammers. So I switched over to GoFundMe. Now, yes, we did get I think 3 or 4 donations on GoFundMe. I'm still going to stick with that platform. I do want to give a shout out to Jennifer Thurman, who is constantly promoting serial killers crowdfunding campaign and getting people to try and donate on GoFundMe. And I think she's also doing Indiegogo as well. And I do appreciate that. So thank you. Gary L. Turner has also done some promotions and stuff like that. And a lot of you have, I'm sure.
Probably not as much as they have, but I have promoted.
Yeah. Well, hey, one promotion helps.
Yeah.
And so the DP, which is Freeman Williams, the gentleman that I told you about, he is the main person that I am trying to raise money for because, the DP, the camera, that's what captures the film. I could direct all day long, but we could act all day long. But if we don't have a camera to film it, we're kind of spinning our wheels. So at the very least, and then we're going to jump to, sound, and we're going to jump to, the actors and the crew and whatnot. So that is the whole reason why I'm doing the crowdfunding campaign, so everybody gets paid. So I am begging you guys to promote the shit out of this film and the crowdfunding campaign. Send them to the GoFundMe. Don't send them to Indiegogo anymore. Just do the GoFundMe campaign.
Yeah, let's all get a slice of the pie.
Yeah, and also, too, invite people to the page. Now, we have presently on the serial killers page, just a couple of weeks ago, we had 500 people. Now we have 587, which is awesome. And I thank you guys.
It's alive!
So we are growing. So I implore you guys and gals and everybody else to please send people to our page because it's networking. Because the more people we don't know, there might be somebody that has a friend that's uncle loves horror, and they go, "Oh man, yeah, I love what you guys are doing. Here's X amount of dollars," and that's going to kickstart us off. And so that's the call to action that I would like you guys to do. Um, we are
Yeah,
working.
every little bit
Yeah,
helps. It
absolutely.
doesn't matter if you have any experience, just share the page.
Right.
It's really just any little bit of help will help.
Yeah. So, and also too, go to when I put up these podcasts, go and not only listen to them, which I appreciate, but also share them so other
Yeah.
people could listen. Again, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and 40 other platforms. But go to one of those platforms, like either Spotify or Apple, and leave us a review, because the more reviews we
Yeah.
get, the more our podcast jumps up in the view process for people to listen to. And we have, and Carl and I was going over this earlier. We're in now over 12 different countries in our podcast. The Serial Killers podcast is doing very well.
Very nice. Very
And
nice.
we get, I look at these analytics, and it'll tell me like if it's on an Android, an iPhone, Chrome, a computer, whatever.
That's amazing.
So people are listening, and I do appreciate that. But this is, mainly I want to get this film done, and it's going to happen one way or the other.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter. But I you know I the only snag that we have is funding, and that is, I think, the pinnacle um um of every film.
Yeah.
Whether it was Robert Rodriguez's first film, Quentin Tarantino's first film, John Carpenter,
Yeah.
even back in the day, it was a lot of money in the 80s, I'm sure, but like Hellraiser was $1 million.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for $1 million. The very first film I did, Hush Little Baby, which Carl starred in with Jackie Dallas, it was a 20-minute short, and I did that film start to finish for $1,000.
Nice.
And we can do this film on a shoestring budget, but again, and we'll film. Some people will film scenes during the week. A lot of people will do it on the weekends. But as long as we do it little by little by little, we'll get it done. Even if we do, say for the sake of argument, 10 pages a day. In 9 days, we can have this film done. If we do it, not 9 consecutive days, but you know what I'm saying. If we do 5 pages a day, which is nothing, that's 18 days we can get it done. So between now and October, we can have 95% of the movie done by the time October gets here.
Nice.
So, with my experience, the main word is networking.
Absolutely.
And I was at work yesterday. I was telling Carl this earlier. I was talking to this lady, and I was like, hey, because I asked people about their emails. Oh, your email, what is it? She went to UCLA. And I told her, oh, wow, I went to USC. And she's like, oh, you must hate me. I'm like, no, I don't hate you. So we started talking. And I told her I went to film school. And she goes, oh, wow. And she then told me about, she's a lawyer now, and her boss is a lawyer, and he went to film school and wrote this script. It didn't see the light of day yet. But long story short, I told her my information. I said, hey, let me get his script and let's look at it, and let's see, down the line somewhere, maybe we can have something come to fruition. Nice. But that little seed will get me to talk to this lawyer guy who may or may not like what we're doing and be like, hey, I'll support you guys.
Yeah.
It's all about networking,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I talk to some of the people at my work, and I tell them about the podcast that we're doing. And I even talk about some of the stuff with serial killers and stuff. And they sound like they're interested. Some will even listen to the podcast.
Yeah. So, and it takes, have you guys heard that saying? Well, this is talking about kids, but have you heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child? It really does. A mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, an aunt.
I have heard that saying before.
Same thing with movies. I certainly, now I do a lot of stuff for serial killers. I really do. But I can't do everything. On my days off, I spend my entire day doing something, whether it's writing a letter, an email, research, or setting up, different things for pre-production. Carl and I, and he brought up a good thing. He goes, dude, why don't we advertise on Spotify?
Heck yeah.
Well, Spotify has 739 million, not listeners, but subscribers. So even more listeners. So now it costs about $15 a day to advertise on Spotify. And if you do that once a day for a month, it's $450. But if we can find, we could probably find someone or multiple people that will go, hey, let me check this out. And you never know. It could work, it could not work. But that's the thing about rolling the dice in the film industry. You've got to try anything you can to make a film, period. Because, and I'm excited to do this film. And
me too.
And so that is my call to action to you guys. Another thing I want to say is we're still looking for crew. I had this person, unfortunately, I'm not going to name their name, but they were up my ass about being part of the crew. They were texting me every day. And finally, I texted them that. Not that I didn't want to text them. It was just, I was just busy, and I would text them, and they would text. So we were playing text tag, and they wanted to do Slate. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. And they're in the area. So they're like, they're asking me questions like, where specifically is it going to be filmed? And they were asking questions that they really didn't need to know. You don't need to know where it's filmed. You just need to, if you want to do it and show up. It's filmed in the Sacramento area. That's pretty much all you need to know. But then I sent them, the script. They looked at it, and then they were asking more questions. And then I told them filming was going to be, here and there, sporadic. It wasn't going to be a continual, week or 30 days or whatever. And they're like, well, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I have time. So in all honesty, folks, I'm going to be transparent with you right now. I was a little pissed off. I'm like, why are you wasting my time for over a week, us going back and forth with emails and texts and excitement and whatnot? Then all of a sudden you say, oh, I don't have time. I've got too much on my plate. Then why get in touch with me to begin with? That'd be like an actor trying out for a role and getting it and be like, well, I don't have time. Then don't waste my time. Please, for the love of God.
Right.
I already have the only people that I need. Now, I do need a special effects person because, everyone's pushed out so far, unfortunately. But that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's I think Freeman does know somebody. I did talk to a local artist that I've worked with before, but they're doing other things.
Hey, if we have to, we'll throw blood at a wall. You know what I mean?
And so we do that. But I do need a slate. If worst comes to worst, you know what? Slate's not that hard to do. I could just get an actor to do Slate while they're not in a scene, or hell, I could do it myself. I don't want to, but I can. But I need a slate. I would, if someone wants to help with lights, you don't have to have your own lighting. But if someone wants to help, if you have it, great. If not, no big deal. But if you want to help with lights, because Freeman's got quite a bit of equipment, light, sound, of course, cameras and all that kind of stuff too. So, so we're working with the skeleton crew here, folks. When I say skeleton crew, I call it the Dirty Dozen. And it's like 12 people or less. So you've got the director, the sound, the DP. That's the top 3 people that you need. Then slate, number 4. Then lights, number 5. And then you might have another person, like a script supervisor. But technically, a slate can do both. They could do script supervisor and slate. So, we're going to be working with minimal crew. That's an easy, because if you have too many people on set, everyone's running into, a couple PAs, there you go. Then you're done. So if you guys out there either want to do slate or know someone that wants to do slate, I need slate. So basically, as you see in the title of this podcast, call to action, I'm asking you guys to help me out with just a few things. And there are a couple of actors that that have said, hey, if you need any administrative stuff, I can help you with that. So get a hold of me. You know who you are. Yes, get a hold of me, and I'll have you do a few things. I already have formulated some letters that if you guys want to email a few people, whether it's about drinks or food or whatever. So if I got 5 people sending out, you know, 5 emails a day, you know, that adds up over a month, you know, hundreds of emails, and someone's going to bite. I also want to give a shout out to my buddy Leaf Yonker, who I've known since high school, who is sending me a T-shirt from his movie Darkness. Nice. That I'm going to be wearing in a scene. Rue Morgue Magazine sent a couple T-shirts, so that's awesome. Carl's probably going to be wearing one.
Hell
Maybe
yeah.
even Raven or Morgan will be wearing one, so that's product placement.
God, I got to see this film, man.
Well, I'm going to try and get him to send us a copy of the film.
I want to see it.
And so, yeah, if you guys know product placement out there, let me know. Because every little bit helps. Not only product placement, but if, say, a company wants to, for the sake of math, hey, man, we only have a $500 budget, but boom, there's $500. We get 10 people, that's $5,000. Boom, there you go. Some people have the budget for product placement, some don't, and I don't care. Product placement is just good to have in a movie. And maybe our next film, maybe the ones that we had to do it for free this time, maybe they will go, hey, we'll slip you some money next time. So we need a beer company because I say Carl. His character Lamont drinks a lot of beer. That's his thing. Beer.
Well, I play Lamont. So.
Yeah. Raven and Morgan, they drink wine. So if you guys know of a wine company, again, product placements. You know, I mean, we've got 587 people on this page, and one of you is bound to know somebody. So I preach networking all the time. Carl and I talk about networking, and this is one of the reasons why I do the podcast. 1, for an update. 2, because you never know. On a side note, I'm gonna kind of give a shout out to one of our actors, and this has nothing to do with, well, it sort of has something, sort of. Her name is Rachel Cannon. She's one of the actors. She plays my neighbor, or the neighbor on the series. She has one of her dogs is going to be in the film. The reason why I bring this up is because she's got 5 Great Danes that she lives in Nevada, and she's trying to get a home for the last 5 dogs. So any of you dog lovers out there that would like a couch potato that's the size of a, you know, I mean, I've only seen a couple Great Danes in my life, but those are pretty big dogs. But anyway, they're pretty cool dogs. I've seen videos of her doing that. So anyway, that was my side note. But you know, coming from an actor and filmmaker and writer's point of view, as far as Carl goes, kind of give your idea of kind of what we're going with and through with what we're trying to do with serial killers.
Well, I think what we're trying to do is just create some movie magic in this series, which we're also trying to be informative and let people know what's going on in the world. But it's, you know, it's a series, it's a fictional, and it's also reality at the same time blended.
Right.
And I think the direction we're going is for something unique, something possibly with the monsterific appeal to it, you know, related to a lot of horror films,
right?
But at the same time, also grounded in reality. And we're going for a look kind of like into the mirror at the society that we live in and what's behind closed doors and what we're going to get into with serial killers in general.
Right. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, I'm living one of those horrors right now as we speak. I'm going to do another podcast in the next few days specifically on what's going on and let you guys know what's going on. But And I'm also going to do, because I will be also asking for your help in that aspect. And it has nothing to do with money or anything like that. It has everything to do with information. And that is it. But, some of these podcasts are long, some of them are short. But this one, it's, one of our shorter ones. But again, we're just giving you information and to do a call to action, because it's people like you that are on this page that is going to help, whether you're in the movie or not. You're on the page because you're interested, for one. And it's people like you that's going to help get this movie made. Because when we all watch it at one of the movie theaters around Sacramento for the world premiere, I promise you, you guys are going to see and you're going to understand everything that we've gone through. And you're going to see the completed work, and everyone's going to take a sigh of relief and know, oh my God, we all had a part in this. And then it's going to jumpstart us for episode 2.
Oh man, you guys are in for a wild ride this season. Let me tell you, it's going to be spectacular, and we're going to be tipping off the hats to old old school films.
Yeah,
in the first series. So just be patient, but you're going to get into it.
Yeah, and again, I think everybody that responds on Facebook, and I think everybody that shares the campaign or just shares the page. But and I also implore you too. You guys, I've left that page open. You guys could post on there, but post about stuff that's relevant to serial killers. Don't put any spam on there, because I have deleted a few items on there. And Jennifer, I do apologize. I did delete your post the other day about a casting call for a different production. I appreciate that, but I want stuff relevant to serial killers. Now, if you guys want to post on Cellar 13 Films community on Facebook, you guys can post whatever the hell you want on there. If you want to post casting calls, fine, because that's what it's for. That's my networking group for everything film and theater and music and everything entertainment. And there's like almost 1,800 people in that group. So, but if you guys want to post something like, hey, I'm an actor, I'm so-and-so, I just want to introduce myself, great. If you guys want to post, something that has to do with what we're doing, great. You have an idea, awesome. But,
sweet.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my call to action to you guys. This one's short and sweet. I appreciate everybody listening. Unless Carl has anything else to say.
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
All right, perfect. Well, after you guys listen to this podcast, share it on any platform you guys have. I also implore you, join a couple of groups, whether they're horror movie groups on Facebook, and there's specific Facebook groups that will allow you to promote stuff like horror. They'll allow you to promote anything horror. And then there's a podcast platform that's got over 50,000 that allows you to promote your podcast. So if you guys want to share on that, that would be awesome.
Actually, there's one last thing I would like to say, and it's like, it starts with you guys. If we're going to make it anywhere, just like Jason's movies, Friday the 13th.
Sure.
If you're going to actually get big, you need someone to help you out.
Exactly.
So if you guys promote us, we could be the next Friday the 13th, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So think about that.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Peace out.
Take care.